Hey guys, tonight we're staying up way past bedtime, long after the last janitor's keys have stopped jangling and the parking lot lights have blinked out one by one. Outside my window, rain taps on the classroom panes like impatient fingers, and the fluorescent tubes overhead hum a low, tired lullaby that makes the dust motes look like slow-motion snow. You can almost taste the chalk in the air, that dry, papery smell that clings to every hallway at Ridgewood High. You probably won't make it to morning after this one. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop your city and the exact time you're listening in the comments. I read every single one when the building finally goes quiet. Now, dim the lights, maybe crack open a window for that midnight breeze, and let's walk the halls together. It started with a crumpled program I found wedged behind the trophy case in the main corridor, the one that smells like floor wax and old sweat. Graduation was still 2 weeks away, but the seniors had already begun rehearsing their walk across the stage, the gym echoing with folding chair scrapes and nervous laughter. I was only there because I'd volunteered to repaint the spirit banners. Ridgewood Ravens, class of 25, go fight win, and the art room had run out of midnight blue. The trophy case sits opposite the office, its glass fogged from years of teenage breath, and when I crouched to fish out a dropped paintbrush, my fingers brushed something stiff and yellowed. The program was thick, official cardstock, the kind the district prints every spring. 26 names were typed in neat columns, the same 26 I'd washed file into homeroom every morning since freshman year. But at the very bottom, in the same font yet somehow darker, was a 27th, Evelyn Hart. I knew every face in our class. I'd memorized the seating chart in Mr. Delgado's chem lab, the way Marcus always took the back left stool so he could nap behind the fume hood, the way Priya's hijab pin glinted under the projector. 26 of us. Yet here was proof the school believed in 27. Curiosity tugged at me like a loose thread on my hoodie. I pocketed the program and told myself I'd ask Mrs. Lang in guidance tomorrow. She kept the master list taped inside her planner. That night the building felt heavier, as if the extra name had added weight to the air. I stayed late finishing the banner, the gym lights buzzing overhead while thunder rolled somewhere beyond the football field. Ridgewood High is a 1960s brick rectangle. 3 floors, 2 stairwells, 1 basement nobody uses since the flood of '89, and every corridor ends in a blind corner that swallows sound. I wheeled the paint cart past the office, and the trophy case glass reflected my silhouette stretched thin, almost like 2 people. When I passed the guidance suite, the door was cracked open even though Mrs. Lang had left hours ago. Her desk lamp glowed amber, and on the planner I glimpsed the same list, 26 names, no Evelyn. Fear arrived soft as a moth wing. I told myself it was a typo, a prank from last year's seniors, but the ink looked fresh. I snapped a photo with my phone, 11:47 p.m., timestamp glowing, and the screen glitched for half a second, the list flickering to 27 before settling back. My pulse thumped in my ears louder than the rain. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, like how a single extra name can make an entire school feel overcrowded. The next morning, I cornered Priya by the vending machines. She'd been student council secretary. If anyone knew about roster glitches, it was her. Ever heard of Evelyn Hart? I asked, sliding the program across the table. Priya's eyes widened, then narrowed. That's weird, she whispered. My mom went here in '98, and there was a rumor about a girl named Evelyn who vanished senior prank night. They say her name got left on the program by mistake, and every year since, someone finds an extra copy. She glanced over her shoulder as the first period bell shrieked. But the school swears the master list has never changed. Curiosity sharpened into something colder. During third period, I slipped into the library. Our media center is a converted chemistry lab, still smelling faintly of sulfur, and pulled the 1998 yearbook. Page 112, Senior Portraits. 26 smiling faces, no Evelyn. Yet on the dedication page, someone had penciled in tiny, perfect cursive, "For Evelyn Hart, who should have been here." The handwriting matched the program exactly. I ran my thumb across the letters and felt the paper tremble, or maybe that was my hand. That afternoon, the sky cracked open again, rain sheeting against the windows so hard the announcements warped. Principal Kessler's voice crackled over the PA. Reminder, capping down measurements in the auxiliary gym until 4. But beneath his words, threaded so faintly I thought I imagined it, came a second voice, female, young, reciting the alphabet like a roll call. B, C, up to H, then silence. The intercom clicked off. Nobody else reacted. They were too busy cramming for finals. I sat frozen in English, staring at the speaker grill above the whiteboard, its metal mesh suddenly looking like teeth. After the final bell, I returned to the trophy case. The program was gone. In its place lay a single Polaroid, edges scalloped with age. It showed 26 seniors in caps and gowns on the football field. Our field, same goalposts, and standing slightly apart, half in shadow, a girl with long dark hair and a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. The timestamp on the bottom read June 13th, 98. I turned it over. On the back, in the same cursive, "See you soon." The hallway lights flickered once, twice, then steadied. Somewhere far off, a locker slammed though the building was empty. My phone buzzed. Unknown number, no message, just a voicemail icon. I pressed play and heard breathing, then a whisper, 27. The call ended at exactly 3:33 p.m., the minute the school day officially dies. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, but the building insists on giving them anyway. The janitor's closet smells like bleach and wet mop strings, and that's where I hide the Polaroid between 2 rolls of paper towels, because carrying it feels like smuggling contraband. It's past 10 now. The last teacher's sedan has crunched across the gravel lot, taillights disappearing into the downpour. I'm supposed to be home, but the banner still needs gold trim, and curiosity has teeth tonight. The art room is on the 2nd floor, east wing, right above the row of senior lockers that always smell faintly of body spray and panic. I climb the stairwell. Concrete steps worn concave by 40 years of sneakers, and the motion sensor lights blink on one by one, as if the building is waking up to watch me. Halfway up, I hear it, a metallic clack, like a locker door easing open on a rusty hinge. Not the sharp bang of someone slamming it, but a slow, deliberate release. I freeze. The sound drifts down from the landing above, muffled by rain drumming on the skylight. Ridgewood's lockers are army green, double-tiered, combination locks long since replaced by keypads that beep when you punch the code wrong. No one should be here. I tell myself it's the wind, or the pipes expanding, anything rational. Curiosity nudges me forward. I reach the landing and peer around the corner. Locker 218, my locker, stands ajar. The keypad glows soft red, the color it flashes when the battery's low. I know I locked it this morning. I always triple check because last year someone stole my graphing calculator 2 days before the AP exam. The gap is only an inch, but it's enough for a sliver of darkness to leak out. I creep closer, shoes squeaking on the linoleum. The overhead fluorescents hum louder up here, a nervous vibration that makes my teeth itch. When I'm 3 feet away, the door swings wider on its own, hinges sighing like they're relieved to let something out. Inside, my backpack, my hoodie, my half-eaten granola bar, exactly as I left them. But taped to the back wall is a fresh printout, still warm from the library printer downstairs. It's the graduation list again, 27 names, and Evelyn Hart's is circled in red Sharpie, so many times the paper is frayed. Underneath, in handwriting I now recognize, someone has added, "Find me before they do." My breath fogs in the sudden cold. The temperature has dropped 10 degrees in 10 seconds. I can see it curling from my lips like I'm standing outside. From the depths of the locker comes a soft exhale, not mine. It smells like wet pennies and lilac perfume. Fear slides under my ribs, sharp as a paper cut. I slam the door. The keypad beeps once, accepting a code I didn't enter, and the lock clicks shut. The red light flips green. I back away until my spine hits the opposite wall. The hallway stretches both directions, identical rows of lockers glinting under the lights. Somewhere water drips, plinking into a bucket the janitors always forget to empty. I'm trying to decide whether to run when the dripping stops, replaced by a voice. Female, young, coming from inside the metal. "Hello," it says, polite, like a student asking to borrow a pencil. "Is someone there?" I don't answer. My tongue feels glued to the roof of my mouth. The voice tries again, closer now, as if she's pressed her lips to the vent slats. "I can hear you breathing." The lockers around me begin to rattle. 1, then 3, then a dozen, like a wave traveling the length of the corridor. Not violent, just enough to make the combination dials spin. I bolt for the stairwell, taking the steps 2 at a time, and the rattling chases me all the way down. On the first floor, I duck into the custodial closet to catch my breath. The Polaroid is still there, but now the girl in the photo, Evelyn, has turned her head. In the original, she was looking at the camera. Now she stares straight out at me, smile gone, eyes wide and urgent. I flip it over. New writing, fresh ink. They clean at midnight. Don't let them find me. The big industrial clock above the mop sink reads 11:58. 2 minutes. My phone buzzes, another voicemail. Same unknown number. I play it on speaker, volume low. Breathing, then, hurry. The message is only 4 seconds long, but it loops in my head like a scratched record. I know the cleaning schedule because I've stayed late enough times to memorize it. Mr. Torres does the East Wing every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tonight is Friday. He starts on the 2nd floor, works his way down, always humming old salsa under his breath. The rattling upstairs has stopped, replaced by the squeak of rubber wheels. His cart. He's early. I crack the closet door. The hallway is dim. Only every 3rd light stays on after hours to save power. Mr. Torres pushes his cart past the trophy case, yellow buckets sloshing. He's wearing headphones, nodding to the beat, oblivious. But as he passes locker 218, he pauses, takes off the headphones, listens. Then he does something I've never seen. He keys in a master code, for digits I can't catch, and opens my locker. The overhead light inside flickers on. Mr. Torres reaches in, slow, like he's afraid of what he'll touch. His hand comes out holding the graduation list, the one with the red circle. He studies it, frowns, then folds it into his pocket. From where I stand, I see his lips move. Not again. He closes the locker, relocks it, and continues down the hall, but now he's walking faster, cartwheels squealing. I wait until his footsteps fade, then sprint upstairs. The keypad on 218 still glows green. I punch in my code, my birthday, and it opens. Empty. No backpack, no hoodie, no list. Just a faint smell of lilac and a single wet footprint on the metal floor, size 6 maybe, leading nowhere. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, like how a building can swallow evidence and still leave echoes. Downstairs, the PA system crackles to life, though it's unplugged after 9. A girl's voice, the same one from the locker, recites, "Clean up on aisle 2. Clean up on aisle 2. Then laughter, light and terrible, before the speakers go dead. I grab my phone, hands shaking so badly I nearly drop it. One new notification, a text from Priya, timestamped 12:03 a.m. It's a photo of the guidance office whiteboard. Someone has written the graduation list in dry erase marker, 27 names, and beside Evelyn's is a sticky note. She's waiting in the echo. I don't remember Priya having my number. I don't remember giving it to anyone. The hallway lights dim to half power, the way they do when the building shifts to night mode. Somewhere above me, a locker slams once, hard, like a period at the end of a sentence. Then silence, thick as chalk dust. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, but the night janitor just enrolled me anyway. The boys' bathroom on the second floor smells like industrial lemon and something metallic underneath, the way pennies taste when you bite your lip too hard. I duck inside because the hallway has started to feel like a throat, long, wet, and closing. The door sighs shut behind me, and the automatic lights flicker on with a reluctant buzz. Ridgewood's bathrooms were renovated in 2012. The district bragged about the motion sensors and the low-flow urinals, but they never replaced the original mirrors. 3 of them, framed in chipped chrome, hang above the sinks like judgmental portraits. I lean over the middle basin to splash cold water on my face. The faucet sputters, then gushes rust brown for 3 seconds before clearing. My reflection stares back, eyes red-rimmed, hair plastered to my forehead from the rain I ran through to get back inside. I look like every exhausted senior the week before finals. Normal. Safe. Then the mirror on the left cracks. Not a dramatic shatter, just a hairline fracture that zigzags from the top corner to the bottom, slow as frost. The sound is soft, almost polite, like ice giving way on a pond. I jerk upright. The crack wasn't there yesterday. I would have noticed. I reach out to touch the glass, and the fracture widens, spider webbing outward until the entire surface is a web of silver threads. My reflection stays intact, but behind me, where the bathroom door should be, stands a girl. She's wearing our graduation gown, navy polyester with the gold stole we voted on in March. The hood is up, shadowing her face, but I catch a glimpse of long dark hair and skin so pale it drinks the fluorescent light. She's not in the room with me. She's in the mirror. Only in the mirror. I spin around. The door is still closed, the stall door still latched. Empty. When I turn back, she's closer, one hand pressed to the inside of the glass as if testing its temperature. Her lips move. No sound reaches me, but I read the shape. Help. The crack pulses, and for a heartbeat the mirror ripples like water. My own reflection blurs, then sharpens. Except now I'm wearing the gown too, and the girl is gone. I stumble backward, heels slipping on a wet tile. The real world snaps back. I'm in my hoodie, dripping, heart jackhammering. The mirror is whole again. No cracks. No girl. Just my panicked face and the slow drip of a leaky faucet. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, like how a reflection can graduate without you. The overhead lights strobe once, on, off, on, and when they steady, the middle mirror is cracked instead. Same fracture pattern, but this time there's writing fogged across the surface, the kind you make with your breath on a winter window. It reads, "Look closer." I do, because fear has short-circuited the part of my brain that knows better. The glass is cold, colder than it should be in May. I lean in until my nose almost touches and the reflection shifts. It's still the bathroom, but wrong. The tiles are older, cracked grout black with mold. The stalls are wooden, pre-renovation, with graffiti carved deep. Class of '98 rules. And there, in the far stall, the door hangs open. A girl sits on the toilet lid, fully clothed, knees drawn to her chest. She's writing on something, a program, maybe, her pen moving in frantic loops. When she looks up, it's Evelyn. I know it the way you know a song from the first 3 notes. She mouths my name, not the one on my birth certificate, but the nickname only my grandmother uses, the one no yearbook ever printed. I jerk away so fast my elbow knocks the paper towel dispenser. It clatters to the floor, spilling brown sheets like dead leaves. The mirror is normal again. The writing is gone, but the crack remains, and now it's bleeding. Not blood, water, maybe, or condensation, but it beads along the fracture and drips onto the porcelain sink in perfect, rhythmic drops. Plink, plink, plink. Each one lands in the same spot, forming a tiny puddle that reflects the ceiling light like a coin. My phone buzzes in my pocket. I fumble it out. The screen shows a new photo message from Priya, except I never gave her this number either. It's a selfie taken in this exact bathroom, timestamped 12:47 a.m. In the photo, Priya stands where I'm standing, but behind her, in the mirror, is Evelyn. She's smiling now, and her hand rests on Priya's shoulder. Priya's eyes are wide, pupils blown, like she's looking at something just out of frame. The caption, "She says you're late." I delete the message, but the photo saves itself to my camera roll anyway. When I swipe back, the puddle in the sink has grown. It's no longer clear, it's ink black, and floating on the surface is a single gold tassel, the kind we'll wear on our caps in 2 weeks. It spins slowly, as if caught in a current I can't feel. The PA system crackles again, though the speakers in here were removed during the renovation. Evelyn's voice leaks through the vents instead, tinny and distant. "Third period, room 204. Don't be tardy. Room 204 is the art room. My room. The one I was supposed to finish the banner in." The tassel stops spinning. The puddle begins to sink, draining through the overflow hole with a sound like someone swallowing. I back toward the door. The motion sensor thinks I've left. The lights click off. In the sudden dark, the cracked mirror glows faintly, a rectangle of moonlight where no window exists. Evelyn stands on the other side, gown fluttering though there's no breeze. She raises her hand, palm out, and presses it to the glass. The crack widens just enough for her fingers to slip through, pale, cold, real. They brush the air an inch from my cheek. I smell lilac and wet earth. I bolt. The door slams open into the hallway, and the lights snap on full. Behind me, the bathroom door swings shut on its own. I don't look back. I'm halfway to the stairwell when I hear it. The slow, deliberate click of a lock engaging. Not the bathroom door, the mirror. Metal on glass. Downstairs, the trophy case reflects the storm outside. For a split second, I see myself running, but the reflection lags half a step behind. When I stop, it keeps going, disappearing around the corner toward the office. I blink. The hallway is empty. Just the echo of my sneakers and the smell of ozone from the lightning. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, but the mirrors are grating on a curve tonight. My phone buzzes one last time. Unknown number. Voicemail. I play it without thinking. Evelyn's voice, clear as the bell between classes. Meet me where we paint the future. Bring the list. The message ends with the sound of a cap clicking onto a marker. I look at my hands. I'm holding the graduation program again, though I swear I left it in the custodial closet. Evelyn's name is no longer at the bottom. It's crossed out in red, and beneath it, in my own handwriting. Ink still wet. Someone has added mine. The PA speakers wake at 3:03 a.m. with a click so soft it could be a tongue against teeth. I'm in the art room, door locked, lights off except for the exit sign bleeding red across the drying racks. The banner lies half-finished on the long table. Ridgewood ravens in gold glitter that looks like dried blood under the glow. My phone is dead, battery icon frozen at 1%, but the room still hums with electricity that isn't mine. The speakers are mounted high in the corner, black mesh grills older than I am. They should be silent. The whole system shuts down at 9. Yet the red power light pulses like a heartbeat. A girl's voice drifts out, calm, almost bored, the way the attendance clerk sounds when she's reading names for the third time. Evelyn Hart, she says. Present. The word present lingers, stretching until the speakers distort. Then the list begins again, faster, the same 26 names I know by heart, but every third syllable is wrong. Marcus becomes Marghost, Priya becomes Priecho. When it reaches the end, the voice pauses. One absence to report, it whispers. One seat still warm. I'm crouched behind the supply cabinet, knees aching on the paint-spattered floor. The air smells like turpentine and wet plaster. The ceiling here leaks when it rains hard, and tonight the storm is directly overhead. Thunder rolls through the ducts like a janitor dragging a trash barrel. I clutch the graduation program to my chest. My name is still scrawled under Evelyn's, ink bleeding where my sweaty thumb has smeared it. Curiosity is gone. Only fear remains, thick as the acrylic on my fingertips. The voice changes pitch, younger now, the way it sounded in the locker. Room 204. Please send the missing student to the office. A giggle, then static. The red exit sign flickers, and for 3 seconds the room is plunged into absolute dark. When it flares back, the banner has changed. The word ravens is gone. In its place, wet gold letters spell, welcome home. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, like how a building can call roll after curfew. The realistic anchor lands heavy. Ridgewood's PA system is analog, wired through a central console in the main office that hasn't been updated since 1996. The district bragged about it in the local paper when I was in 8th grade, said it was heritage infrastructure. To override it after hours, you need a key to the console closet and the master code, which only 3 people have. Principal Kessler, the head custodian, and the IT guy who retired last year. None of them are here at 3:03 a.m. on a Saturday. Yet the speakers keep talking. I crawl to the door and press my ear to the cool metal. The hallway is silent except for the rain. Then the voice returns, no longer through the speakers but inside the room, behind me, beside the kiln. "You're late," it says. I spin. Nothing. Just easels and drop cloths and the low orange glow of the kiln's pilot light. The temperature has climbed. Sweat beads under my hoodie. The kiln is off. I turned it off myself at 6, but the gauge reads 180 degrees and climbing. The program in my hand grows warm. The paper curls at the edges like it's been held over a flame. I drop it. It lands face up, and the ink rearranges itself while I watch. Letters sliding like ants until the entire list is Evelyn Hart, repeated 27 times. The last line dissolves into a single word. Listen. The speakers crackle again, louder. This time it's a recording, tinny and warped, the 1998 graduation ceremony. I recognize the principal's voice, Mr. Harlan, who died of a heart attack in 2009. He's reading the names. When he reaches Evelyn Hart, the audience claps politely, but the sound is wrong. Too slow, like a tape played at half speed. Then the clapping stops mid-beat, replaced by a wet thud, over and over, the way a body sounds when it hits the gym floor from the rafters. "Senior prank gone wrong," the rumor said. She fell. They covered it up. The thud continues for exactly 27 beats. I cover my ears, but the sound is inside my skull now. The kiln gauge hits 300. The room smells like burning hair. I scramble for the door, twist the handle, locked. I locked it myself. The key is in my pocket, but when I fish it out, the metal is soft, melted into a useless lump. The exit sign dies. Darkness swallows everything except the kiln's orange eye. The voice is everywhere and nowhere. "Find the tape," it says. "Basement," before they erase you. The thudding stops. Silence presses in, broken only by the soft click of the speakers powering down. The kiln cools with a metallic groan. When the exit sign flickers back, the banner is blank again. The program on the floor now just 26 names, mine crossed out in red. I unlock the door with shaking fingers that shouldn't work on melted metal, but the key is whole again, cold as ice. The hallway is dim, emergency strips glowing along the baseboards. Every classroom door is open exactly 3 inches, the way teachers leave them for fire code. From each room drifts the faint sound of a projector warming up. Click, whir, click. I walk the corridor like I'm being graded on posture. The art room door swings shut behind me with a gentle finality. Halfway to the stairwell, the PA system exhales one last time. Evelyn's voice, soft as a secret. "Thank you for attending tonight's broadcast. Please remain seated until the lights come up." The fluorescents blaze on full, blinding. When my vision clears, every open door reveals the same thing. A single desk in the center of each classroom, and on every desk, a graduation cap. 26 caps. The 27th desk is missing. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, but the PA just took attendance without me. The basement stairs are at the far end of the science wing, behind a door marked "Authorized Personnel Only." The sign is new, installed after a sophomore tried to brew illegal energy drinks down there last fall. I've never been past it. The rumor is the floor is still warped from the '89 flood, and the old AV closet holds reels of film that smell like vinegar and regret. The door is unlocked tonight. The handle turns with a sigh, as if it's been waiting. I descend. The air grows thick, humid, smelling of mildew and hot electrical tape. Each step creaks under my weight, announcing me like a tardy bell. At the bottom, a single bulb swings from a frayed cord, casting shadows that crawl up the cinder block walls. The AV closet door stands open. Inside, metal shelves sag under dusty projectors and boxes labeled in faded Sharpie. Commencement 95, 96, 97, 98. On the center shelf sits a reel-to-reel tape, the kind my grandpa used for mixtapes. The label is handwritten, Evelyn Hart, Final Broadcast. A portable player waits beside it, plug dangling. The cord ends in a frayed mess, but when I lift the tape, the player hums to life on its own. The reels spin. Evelyn's voice fills the basement, clear and close, as if she's standing behind me. Testing, testing. If you're hearing this, you're the 27th. Don't trust the list. Don't trust the mirrors. The ceremony starts when the clock strikes graduation. Find the yearbook that isn't theirs. Burn the tape. Then run. The reel keeps turning, but the voice is gone. In its place, the thudding again, faster now, accompanied by the squeak of folding chairs being set up in rows. The bulb overhead pops, plunging me into dark. My phone, dead for hours, lights up in my pocket. 3:33 a.m., battery full. One new notification, a live video feed from the gym. The camera pans across empty bleachers, then the stage. 26 graduates in caps and gowns stand in perfect lines. The 27th spot is empty, waiting. The lens zooms on the podium. Behind it, Evelyn smiles straight into the camera and mouths, "Hurry." The basement door at the top of the stairs slams shut. The lock clicks. The tape finishes with a hollow clunk and begins to rewind itself. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, but the broadcast just scheduled my final exam. The basement door is locked from the outside, a deadbolt I can hear slide home with the finality of a coffin lid. The air down here is soup, warm, sour, tasting of rust and old paper. My phone's glow is the only light, a cold blue rectangle that makes the cinder block walls look like the inside of a freezer. I'm clutching the reel-to-reel tape against my chest. The plastic is warm, almost feverish, and the ribbon inside keeps trying to unspool, as if it's alive and impatient. The player has gone dark, but the reels still turn backward, slow, deliberate, erasing Evelyn's warning one hiss at a time. I sweep the phone around the AV closet. Shelves of mold-spotted boxes, a gutted film projector with its lens staring like a blind eye, and in the far corner, a waist-high steel cabinet I've never seen open. The handle is wrapped in yellow caution tape, the kind the district slaps on anything they don't want freshmen touching. The tape is brittle, cracked from years of humidity. I peel it away. The cabinet isn't locked. The latch lifts with a reluctant groan. Inside, yearbooks, not the glossy, perfect-bound ones from the library display case. These are older, water-warped, covers soft as wet cardboard. The newest is 1998. I pull it out. The spine cracks like knuckles. The dedication page is blank except for a single line in fountain pen ink. Property of Evelyn Hart. Return before graduation or keep forever. The paper smells like the lilac perfume from the locker, sharp enough to sting my eyes. I flip to the senior portraits. 26 faces, same as always, but every photo has been altered. Eyes scratched out with a thumbnail. Mouth smeared with what looks like dried blood, but flakes away as rust-colored dust. On the page opposite the group photo, someone has glued a new picture, Polaroid, scalloped edges, the one I found in the trophy case. Except now the 26 graduates are blurred, and Evelyn stands in perfect focus, gown billowing though there's no wind. Her hand reaches out of the frame, fingers brushing the edge of the page as if she's trying to step through. The phone buzzes. Battery at 3%. A text from an unsaved number. Basement floods at 4. Bring the book. I look at the floor. A thin sheen of water is already seeping under the cabinet, black and shining, smelling of algae and pennies. The 1989 flood, real event, local legend, started in the boiler room and rose 6 inches before they shut the valves. Tonight the water climbs faster, an inch every 10 seconds, cold enough to numb my ankles through my sneakers. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, like how quickly a school can drown its secrets. I grab every yearbook I can carry, 95, 96, 97, 98, and stuff them into my hoodie pocket. The cabinet slams shut on its own. The water is at my shins now, tugging like hands. I wade to the stairs. The reel-to-reel tape unspools completely, ribbon tangling around my wrist in wet loops. I yank free. The plastic cuts my skin, a thin line of blood mixing with the flood. The stairs are slick, each step a gamble. Halfway up, the bulb that popped earlier flares back to life, swinging wildly. Shadows jitter across the walls, 26 silhouettes in caps and gowns, marching in place. The 27th shadow is missing. At the top, the deadbolt is still thrown, but the door swings inward when I push. The hallway beyond is dry, light steady, as if the basement is a separate world. I step through and the door shuts behind me with a soft click. The water is gone from my clothes, my shoes, the yearbooks. Only the cut on my wrist remains, beaded red. The reel-to-reel ribbon is gone too, but the tape itself is back in its canister, label now reading, "Play me upstairs." I know where upstairs means. The records room is on the 3rd floor, west wing, behind the language labs. It's supposed to be sealed, budget cuts, asbestos tile, pick your rumor, but the door stands open tonight, a slice of darkness leaking dust. The hallway smells like fresh photocopies and ozone. Every classroom I pass has its blinds drawn, but through the slats I catch glimpses. Desks arranged in perfect rows, 26 of them, and on each desk a yearbook open to the same page, Evelyn's altered portrait. The books flip pages on their own, a soft papery rustle like birds taking flight. The records room is colder than the basement, air thick with the smell of mildew and hot electrical circuits. Metal filing cabinets line the walls, drawers labeled by decade. In the center sits a single table and a chair. On the table, a battered boombox, the kind with a cassette deck and one working speaker. The tape is already loaded. I press play before I can talk myself out of it. Evelyn's voice, closer than ever. "You brought the books. Good. Open 98 to the index." I do. The index is handwritten now, every name crossed out except hers. Beside Evelyn Hart is a new entry. You, page 113. I turn there. The page is blank except for a fresh Polaroid glued in the center. It's me, standing in this exact room, holding the yearbook. The timestamp, 3:58 a.m. My phone reads 3:57. The boombox clicks off. The filing cabinets begin to rattle, drawers sliding open an inch at a time. Inside each drawer, more yearbooks, hundreds of them, every graduating class since 1962. They all open at once, pages fanning like gills. The room fills with the sound of whispering, names, dates, secrets. The water starts again, rising from the floorboards though we're 3 stories up. It's warm this time, almost body temperature, and it carries photographs. Senior portraits float past my knees, faces I recognize from the '98 book, eyes scratched out, mouths open in silent screams. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, but the archives just issued my permanent record. The boombox crackles back to life. Evelyn, urgent now, burn the '98 book. Not the others, only the one that lies. I look at the yearbook in my hands. The cover is hot, pages curling. I smell smoke. The kiln in the art room is 2 floors below, but the heat is here, radiating from the spine. I drop the book. It lands open, and the glued Polaroid ignites first, flames blue and clean. The fire spreads in perfect rectangles, consuming only the altered pages. The rest of the book remains untouched, cool as glass. The whispering stops. The water recedes, sucking the floating photos down through the floorboards like a drain. The filing cabinet slams shut in sequence, a metallic applause. The '98 yearbook is now only ashes and the original, unaltered pages. Evelyn's portrait is gone, but on the dedication page, new ink appears, still wet. Thank you. One more task. The boom box ejects the tape. The canister is empty. In its place, a single graduation tassel, gold thread shimmering. My phone buzzes, 4:04 a.m., battery full again. One new voicemail. I play it. Silence. Then the soft thud of 26 chairs being pushed back in unison. Evelyn's voice, barely a breath. Jim. Now, bring the tassel. Walk with us. The records room door swings open onto the hallway. Every classroom blind is up now. The desks are empty. The yearbooks are gone. Only one book remains on the table behind me. 1962, the first graduating class, cover pristine. I don't touch it. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, but the building just handed me the hall pass to commencement. The gym smells like floor wax and thunder. I cross the threshold at 4:17 a.m., and the double doors sigh shut behind me, sealing with a hush that feels ceremonial. The bleachers are folded away. The basketball hoops hang at half-mast, nets limp as old tongues. 26 folding chairs form a perfect semicircle on the polished hardwood, the kind the maintenance crew sets up for pep rallies. Each chair holds a graduate in full regalia, navy gown, gold stole, cap tilted just so. They face the stage where the podium waits, microphone dormant. No one moves. No one breathes. The only light comes from the emergency exit signs and the high windows where lightning flickers, turning the scene into a silent film. I step forward. My sneakers make no sound on the floor, as if the wood has decided to forgive my weight tonight. The tassel in my fist is warm, pulsing like a second heartbeat. I count the figures. 26. Marcus in the back row, Priya front left, all of them exactly where they sat during rehearsal yesterday. Their eyes are open but unfocused, reflecting the storm like black mirrors. The empty spot, the 27th chair, waits center front, a small brass nameplate screwed to the back, Evelyn Hart. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, like how to take a seat that was never yours. The realistic anchor is the gym itself. Built in 1965, dedicated with a ribbon-cutting photo in the local paper, still the only room in the county with the original varnished maple floor. Every scuff mark tells a story. State Championship 87, Prom 99, the bloodstain near the free throw line from when a cheerleader broke her nose in 2011. Tonight the floor is flawless, buffed to a mirror sheen that shows me walking toward the empty chair, and behind me, 26 reflections that don't quite match their bodies. I reach the semicircle. The air is thick with the scent of fresh programs and lilies left too long in water. On each graduate's lap rests a diploma tube, cream cardstock tied with navy ribbon. I stop at the empty chair. The nameplate gleams. The tassel in my hand lifts of its own accord, threading itself through the air until it hangs from the left side of an invisible cap. A soft click, like a seatbelt fastening. The PA system exhales overhead, though the gym speakers were removed after the acoustics upgrade in 2018. Evelyn's voice, no longer distorted, fills the rafters. Order of ceremony. Please rise for the processional. The 26 graduates stand in perfect sync, chairs scraping back with a sound like chalk on a wet board. I remain seated. I have no chair yet. My legs won't obey. The figures turn to face me, caps dipping in unison. Their mouths open, but no sound emerges. Only the soft rustle of polyester and the faint clink of honor cords. Lightning strobes. For one frozen frame, I see them as they were yesterday. Marcus laughing, Priya adjusting her hijab pin, all of us alive and impatient. Then the light dies and they are wax again, eyes filmed with dust. The storm outside pauses, holding its breath. Evelyn steps from behind the podium. She is solid now, barefoot on the stage, gown brushing the floorboards. The bruise on her temple, rumor said she hit the rafter support, is a faint purple shadow. She carries no diploma. In her hands is the 1962 yearbook, the one I left untouched in the records room. She opens it to a page I never saw. A blank senior portrait outline labeled Class of 2025, Substitute. My name is penciled beneath in her cursive, faint but permanent. She descends the 3 steps to the gym floor. Each footfall leaves a wet print that steams and vanishes. When she reaches me, the 26 graduates pivot to watch. She kneels, I level, and the gym lights, long dark, flicker on one by one, slow as a sunrise. You burn the lie, she says, voice soft enough that only I can hear. But the ceremony still needs its 27th. Walk with us. One circuit, then choose. She offers the yearbook. I take it. The cover is warm, pulsing like the tassel. Inside, every previous class has a ghost page, blank silhouette, penciled name, date of disappearance. The pattern is clear. Every 30 years, the school claims one. 1962, 1992, 2025. My silhouette is already there, half-formed, waiting for ink. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, but commencement waits for no one. The graduates begin to move. A slow, solemn procession around the gym's perimeter, shoes whispering over varnish. They pass the stage, the scoreboard frozen at midnight, the trophy case visible through the open doors where the original Polaroid now hangs in place of last year's team photo. I fall in a step behind Priya. The tassel swings from nothing at my left ear. Evelyn walks beside me, barefoot, leaving no prints now. We complete one lap. The emergency lights dim to candle glow. On the second lap, the graduates begin to fade at the edges, gowns fraying into mist. Marcus is first. His outline dissolves into chalk dust that swirls and resettles on the floor. Priya follows, her stole unraveling into gold thread that stitches itself into the wood grain. By the third lap, only Evelyn and I remain solid. The chairs are empty. The diplomas have become lilies, wilted and brown. At the free throw line, she stops. Last chance, she says. Take the chair, finish the walk, and the list balances. Refuse, and the school keeps looking. She gestures to the yearbook. My silhouette is nearly complete. Only the eyes remain blank. Thunder crashes directly overhead. The gym lights blaze full, then die. In the darkness, I hear the soft thud of 26 bodies hitting the rafters long ago. I open the yearbook to the 2025 page and press my bleeding wrist to the silhouette. The cut from the tape ribbon reopens, a single drop falling onto the paper. The ink drinks it. My outline fills, solid, real, dated today. The lights return. The gym is empty. Chair's gone. Lily's gone. Only the yearbook remains, closed on the floor, and on the cover, in fresh gold embossing, class of 2025 to 26 graduates. I open it. My photo is there, senior portrait from August, smiling like I still believe in futures. Beneath it, in Evelyn's cursive, thank you for substituting. The debt is paid. I walk to the exit. The doors open before I touch them. The hallway beyond is dawn-lit, pale and ordinary. Lockers gleam. The trophy case holds last year's basketball photo again. My reflection in the glass keeps perfect pace. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught, but sometimes the substitute saves the class. The building exhales. It is 5:42 a.m., and the first bird outside mistakes the quiet for safety. I sit on the front steps, yearbook in my lap, watching the storm crawl east over the football field. The air smells of wet grass and bleacher rust. Inside, the lights hum at half power, the way they do before the janitors arrive. Papers flutter in an empty classroom. Someone's forgotten essay, edges curling like petals. A locker door eases open down the senior hall, then closes with a polite click. The PA system is silent, but if I listen past the rain, I can almost hear the faint echo of 26 names, spoken once and never again. My wrist has stopped bleeding. The cut is a thin white line, already scarring. The tassel is gone. In its place, a single gold thread is woven